Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you in Python using Django web tutorials how to save the selected drop down list values in PHP MyAdmin, which is a MySQL server. Now let's insert the color again. I'm selecting orange, click insert record. So here we got a message, the selected color saved successfully. Let's check in our browser, click browse. So here we got the results of this colors table. The orange, the selected color name has been inserted successfully. Let's check the another color. This time I'm adding the white, insert record. Let's check the output. Click browse the table, and here the second record is white, is inserted successfully. That's it. We have inserted the selected drop-down value in MySQL PHP MyAdmin using Python Django web framework. If you are a first-time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in Python using Django web framework, first we'll create a new table in PHP MyAdmin database, which is MySQL server. And notice there is a sample DB here, which is my user database. I want to create a new table in this database. Let's select the sample DB. And these are the tables are present in the sample DB database. Now let's create a new table. Click SQL tab. Write a query to create a table. Create table. The table name is the colors, and the column names I'm adding ID, integer type, and I'm adding the primary key, which is the auto generate column. I'm adding auto increment, comma, and I'm adding the color name, which is a varchar. I'm adding the size is 100. Let's create the table. Click go, and the table is created successfully. And notice in the sample DB database, here is the colors. Let's browse the colors table. So here we got the results of this colors table, which contains 2 columns. Right now this table contains 0 rows, which means it's an empty table right now. Now let's insert some values, some color names into this table in Python using drop down list, which is a select option element with Django web framework. First, before writing the coding part in Python, we'll create a new folder to create a new project. So I'm creating a project in the local drive, B drive. Right click the mouse, go to new, click folder. The folder name is color, enter. Let's browse the colors folder. Right now this folder is empty. Now the next step, we'll create a new project in Django web framework. I'm using Visual Studio Code to write the Python programming. First, we'll add our folder name which we have created. Go to file, open folder. The folder I have created in the D drive, which is the color folder. I'm selecting that one, then select folder. And notice our folder is added the color in the Explorer panel. Now the next step, let's close this welcome page. Now go to view, select the terminal. Now let's create a project in Django admin, Django-admin. To create a project, we have to use a keyword start project, then give our project name, which I am giving colors. The colors is my project name. And here the project has been created successfully in this colors folder. Let me expand this colors app, which is our application. Now in this project there is a subfolder called colors and one manage.py. Let's expand this colors.py. All these files are default Python files, has been created automatically when we created the colors project. So the next step, we'll add the templates folder for this project. Right click the colors folder, the project name, click new folder, give the template name is a templates. Now in this templates folder I am adding the HTML page. So again, right click the templates folder, click new file. I am adding index.html, which is my web page name. And here we got our index.html page. Now let's add some HTML5 code. Let's close this one and doc type HTML head, and the head I am adding the title, save selector record is my title, and I'm adding the h1 tag, how to insert or save selected drop down list value in MySQL PHP my admin Python Django web tutorials. After header tags, I am adding the horizontal line. Now after the horizontal line, I am adding the body tag. Let's close sorry, we need to add in the body tag these ones. Now after the horizontal line, I am adding the form tag. Inside this form tag, I am adding the select option element, which is our drop down list control. Select. The select element contains the sub element, which is the option. The first option is the label of the drop down list. So let's give the select color. The label name is select color, and the option selected disabled is true. I'm disabling this option, and the next options are the values. I'm adding the color names is red, and the second option is blue. The third color is the orange, and the fourth one is white. Just for the demo purpose, I have added only 4 options in this select element. We'll add the button control. Input type is equals to submit, and the value of the button control is insert record. Let's close the button control. That's it. In this HTML page, this moment we have added one select option element and one button control. Let's save this file. Save all. Now we need to add the models page. In the subfolder of the colors, right click the mouse, click new file, add the models page py. Now in the models.py, we'll import from Django.db. I'm importing the models class, models. Now in this models page, I'm defining the class name is color name is my class name. I'm adding models dot model colon. In this class, I'm just defining the property and my table name. The property name is, in our table we have ID and color name. ID is the auto-generated column, so I'm not adding that property. The second one is a color name. Let's copy that one and paste here, color name. Or let's do this. Here, friends, here the color name, the class name and the property name both are same, so let's change. And colors names is my class name. Let's give that one is equals to models dot, I'm adding the char field, the data type, max length is equals to 150. Let's give 100. That's it, we have added only one property. After that, I'm adding another class. This class name is meta class, and this meta class, I'm defining the database table is equals to, between double quotes, I'm adding my table name. The table name is the colors. Copy that one and paste here. That's it. Let's save this models page also. And we require the view page to call the models. Again, right click the colors folder, click new file. Let's give the file name is views.py, which is a Python file. Now in this views.py, first I'm adding the render class. So that render class, we need to render this index.html on a browser, so we require the render class name. So let's import from Django.shortcuts, import render class, and we need to add the models class also in this view page. From the models class is in the colors application, our project. So the project name dot models import. So what I'm importing from this models, the class name, which is our colors names. Let's copy this one and paste here. Then def insert color is a function name which takes the parameter request colon if request dot method double equals to, I'm requesting the method post colon if here request dot post dot get method. In this get method, I'm adding the property name, which is the models, the color name. Copy this one and paste here. And also in the index.html, the select option, I'm adding the name is equals to, between double quotes, I'm adding the color name. So let's save this file, save all. Again, switch back to views.py. Let's continue our programming part. Now after that, let's declare a variable to save the selected option. Save color is equals to the color names, the class names I'm adding here. Then save color is equals to request dot post dot get color name. After that, we need to save the color, the selected color dot save method. Then once we save the color, I want to display the message the record is saved successfully. So for that I need to import the another class from Django dot con contrib import messages class. Now in this messages class, messages dot success method, in this success method I am adding the first parameter is a request, and the second parameter is the message I want to display is selected color saved successfully. This is the color I want to display after save the selected color in the database. Then once the record is saved, we need to return this function. So we had a return, a render, the render page. I'm adding the request. The page name is index.html. This page name. And the else part, return, render, request, index.html. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. Up to now we have created one index.html, models page and views page. Now we need to configure the routing, the URL page. So open urls.py, and the urls.py node is the URL patterns which contains the default path, which is the admin page, which I don't require. So I'm commenting that one with an hash. Our path name is in the single quotes, which is I'm not entering anything in the single quotes. So this is our home page right now. So here let's call our view page, import views page. Now in the path views dot, in the views page we have index.html. I want to render this page, and this page is in this function insert color. So let's add here in the URLs. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. We have configured the URLs also. Now the final step, in the settings.py we need to configure some configurations. The first configuration, we need to add the install underscore app. We need to add our project name. Our project name is a colors, not the folder name. We need to add our project application name, which is the colors. And the next one, to render the template we need to add the base directory. So in the template section there is a dirs, and the dirs and the square brackets I'm adding os.path dot join method. The join method takes two parameters here. The first one is a base directory, base underscore dir. Again in the single quotes I'm adding our folder name templates. In the templates we have our HTML pages. And the last one, come to the bottom. See here the databases. Now we have to configure our MySQL client configuration. So here the engine is the SQL library, which is a default database. I'm deleting this one. Our database name is MySQL, and the name here, delete this default name. Between single quotes I'm adding our database name. In MySQL our database name is a sample DB. Let's add that one. Sample DB. And the next one, next attribute is the username. The username is a root, comma, and the password column. Here the password I am leaving blank because I don't have any password to log into my PHP MyAdmin database. If you have any, please enter that one. And the next attribute I am adding the host. The host is a local host, and the port number. In PHP MyAdmin, the port number is here the MySQL is 3306. Let's add that one, MySQL port number 3306. And the last attribute is the options. And the options, within curly braces, I am adding init underscore command colon and double quotes. I am setting SQL underscore more is equals to, within single quotes I am adding strict underscore trans underscore tables. That's it. We have configured our databases also in this settings.py. Let's save this file, save all. Now the final step, we need to add the statement here in the form tag. I'm adding the method is equals to post, and after the form tag I'm adding one important step, which is the CSRF token. Is very helpful to protect from the hackers. So let's add that one, and between curly braces percentage CSRF underscore token. If you don't add this step, you will get an error, so make sure add this one. And the next step, to display the message once the record is inserted successfully, I want to display the select color saved successfully. Selected color, let's add the complete form. The selected color saved successfully. So I want to display that message here in this index.html. So percentage between percentages I'm adding if messages. The messages here, if you notice, this line and this message is in the messages class, so I'm adding the messages here. And then we'll close the and if. Again add the for loop to display the message for result is, which is a variable in messages. Let's close percentage and for. I'm closing the for loop. Then I'm adding the bold tag. Inside this bold tag I'm adding an expression to display the message. That message we are getting from this variable result. Let's add some style to this bold tag. B is equals to, between double quotes, the color dot color colon green. I want to display the message in this green color. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. We have done the complete coding part. Now to run the server, make sure we need to add the project in this folder, cd change directory colors, which is our project name. Now before on the server, let's install our MySQL client packages. And here we got a message, the requirement already satisfied, which means the package is installed successfully. Now let's run the server. Run the server, Python. I'm adding this manage.py, run server, enter. And here we got a message, no issues found in our project, and this is our server URL. Click the control and mouse click. And here we got our index.html page, which contains the header tags, one drop down list which is a select option which contains the red, blue, orange and white, and one button control insert record. Now let's select, I want to select the orange color I want to insert. Before insert this color, let's browse the table. Right now this color contains 0 rows. So let's insert the orange color, insert record. String object as, let's fix that one. The views.py. Friends, here I forgot to add our models, the color name. Sorry for that. The color name. So let's save this file, save all. Now let's reload the browser. Now let's insert the color again. I'm selecting orange, click insert record. So here we got a message, the selected color saved successfully. Let's check in our browser, click browse. So here we got the results of this colors table. The orange, the selected color name has been inserted successfully. Let's check the another color. This time I'm adding the white, insert record. Let's check the output, click browse the table, and here the second record is white, is inserted successfully. That's it. We have inserted the selected drop-down value in MySQL PHP admin using Python Django web framework.